let's talk about economy. It's a very interesting topic and it touches each one of us because all of us live in this materialistic world, uh, in this new era of Trump. We are sandwiched between tariff and tariffs. Very strange situation, I must say, but a very interesting one. For a country as large as India, I believe we have an opportunity for some great fundamental shifts. And I want to talk about two of them that we need to address now. The first is we should stop seeing India from the lens of globalization. One of the biggest mistakes that we have done is we see India from the prism of globalization. And why I say that? Because I think not more than 300 million Indians have been touched by globalization. Out of 1400 million, 1100 have not been touched by globalization. And one number that will convince you is that still 820 million or more get free ration from the government. So why I say we should give up the lens of globalization when the IMFs of the World Banks, everyone is talking about that. It has done big disservice to India and the policymakers in India. In 2019, our growth plummeted to less than 4%. And what we did in 2020, we attributed it to the global impact of COVID. And this year, as you see, and in last year in one of my Viksit Bharat podcasts, I spoke about it that if somehow we are able to sail through 2024 without any crisis, 2025 will be hit with a major crisis. And I'm not surprised that our growth is going to be around 6.5% or so. But can you relate these two dots of 2019 and 2025? Well, this is how it is. When you look from the prism of globalization, you attribute it to global factors. Like now we will attribute it to Trump's tariffs, whereas the regime has not even kicked in. We're still away from that. I hope we stay away from that. But the problems are intrinsic. We have structural lapses that have led to a structured slowdown. And for that, first we need to give up our so-called globalization lens. And the second thing is what I wrote in this book, which I wrote in 2018, called Your Vote is Not Enough. I looked at a concept called cost of job creation. It was never ever put anywhere. And I searched before I did that. In India, the average cost of job creation is 3 lakh rupees. And India needs between 1 to 1.2 crore jobs a year. So effectively, we know exactly what we need. I had done other analysis in this book that what's the impact of GDP on job creation. And very interesting, 1% growth in GDP is 7.5 lakh jobs. So if you want to create between 1 to 1.2 crore jobs, we need between 13.3 to 16% GDP growth per year per capita. And the other side, if you want to become a developed country, which is what I created this Viksit Bharat mission for. You can actually go to viksitbharat.org and download this booklet. If we need income of a high income country, say $44,000 per capita, we need to grow almost like 15.81% per year. So effectively, the growth India needs is 16% per year. And the second thing we need to do for that is economy cannot be a goal. So when you look at this Viksit Bharat, and when you look and turn the pages, you will find the 10 building blocks. And interesting part of this is that we have debunked the prescription of the IMF and the World Bank and the US, all are backed by the US. US itself has a debt of $36 trillion, and every year they go and ask the Congress for $2 trillion to be added to that. What I said in this is the second biggest shift we need to do is to give up the goal of the economy. Economy can never be a goal, it's an outcome. So if you address the 9 pillars in this nation, the 10th pillar that comes out is an outcome called the economy. So I think as we head towards Viksit Bharat, and we are very lucky in this country. We are a country of the youth, we are a country of aspirations, and we are a country of knowledge and hard workers. 140 crore people, if they decide to achieve something, I can assure you, no one can stop us. हम लोग विकसित भारत बन के ही रहेंगे, उससे हम लोग को रोक नहीं सकता. और उसके लिए जो शिफ्ट चाहिए, उसके लिए हमारे पास मुझे लगता है कि विश्व का सबसे बड़ा लीडर है, जो हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी हैं. तो अगर वो ठान लेंगे तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई हमको रोक सकता है विकसित भारत बनाने से. लेकिन हमको ये जो वेस्टर्न मॉडल्स हैं, उनको हमको छोड़ना पड़ेगा. जो वेस्टर्न प्रिज्म है, जो लेंस हम दिमाग में लगा के और आंख पे लगा के चलते हैं, उससे हमको छुटकारा पाना पड़ेगा. ये तीनों जो मैंने बात की, योर वोट इज नॉट इनफ, इसमें मैंने 78 करोड़ नौकरियों को सृजन करने के उपाय दिए हैं. और जो टफ चॉइसेस एंड हार्ड डिसीजंस वाली जो पुस्तक है, उसमें मैंने काफी आंकड़े दिए हैं. आज की डेट में भारत में मिडिल क्लास बहुत कम है. इस बुक के आंकड़ों को देखें तो बहुत ज्यादा होगा तो शायद 20 से 30 करोड़ हो. अब 20 से 30 करोड़ लोगों से आप 140 करोड़ लोगों की जीविका नहीं चला सकते. तो हमको जो है अपने मॉडल्स में इस मिडिल क्लास को बढ़ाना पड़ेगा, और उसके उपाय भी हैं इन पुस्तकों में. और अगर आप विकसित भारत पॉडकास्ट फॉलो करते हैं तो मुझे लगता है कि आप काफी ज्यादा उससे उपाय ले सकते हैं कि हम लोग को क्या करना है. ये मूवमेंट सिर्फ राजनीतिक मूवमेंट नहीं हो सकता, ये हर एक का मूवमेंट है. विकसित भारत में मैंने एक जगह लिखा है, इट इज द पावर ऑफ आई इन इंडिया. आई इज यू एंड मी. सो लेट्स मेक इंडिया डेवलप्ड कंट्री. लेट्स शन द मॉडल्स ऑफ द वेस्ट. हम लोग तारीफ और टैरिफ के चक्कर में ना पड़े. ये दोनों चीज हमको डुबाती हैं. तारीफ से बचना चाहिए, और टैरिफ तो हमको लगाने चाहिए. हमारे पास 140 करोड़ कंज्यूमर्स हैं. हमारे पर टैरिफ लगा के कोई क्या कर लेगा. आ, हमको अपने लोगों की रक्षा करनी है. तो आइए हम लोग विचार विमर्श करें कि भारत, विकसित भारत कैसे होगा, और कैसे हम इन विदेशी नीतियों के चुंगल से बच सकेंगे, जो कि एक साइड हमारी तारीफ करती है, दूसरे टाइम पे तारीफ लगाती हैं. बाकी अगले पॉडकास्ट में लेकिन हम लोग बने रहें. आप विकसित भारत हैंडल को फॉलो करिए और अपने उपाय भेजिए, और आप क्या कर रहे हैं विकसित भारत बनाने के लिए, इस पे भी विचार कीजिए. उम्मीद है कि आपसे जल्दी मुलाकात होगी. धन्यवाद. नमस्ते.